5 things that always trips up new players. Number 1, attacks and attacking are not the same thing. Even though they seem like very similar words, they actually mean very different things. Whenever something attacks or attacked, that means it was declared as an attacker. So if Alesha attacked a player with propaganda, since it's declared as an attacker, that means it attacks, which means you have to pay the 2. But if you pay the mana to return a creature to the battlefield tapped and attacking with Alesha, that creature was never declared as an attacker. It was already put onto the battlefield attacking, so you don't have to pay the 2 for that one. So basically, if you see the word attacks or attacked, that means it was declared as an attacker. And if you see the word attacking, it means the state that the creature is in. It is currently attacking somebody. Number 2, responding to things after things have resolved. Say my opponent has Colossal Dreadmaw on the battlefield. I target it with Murder, but they respond with Adamant Will, which would give it indestructible, making it so that when my Murder resolves, it won't destroy that creature. What a lot of new players seem to think is that once something starts to resolve, then we resolve everything at once. But what actually happens is that we resolve things one at a time, and anytime anything resolves on the stack, there's another round of priority, which means another opportunity for someone to respond to things. So what I could do here is have this spell resolve first, but before we start resolving Murder, I can cast Smite the Deathless to have that creature lose indestructible until end of turn. Then Murder can finally resolve, and since Smite the Deathless removed indestructible from that creature, it gets to destroy that creature. Number 3, Aura's only target on the stack. This is one that I've seen even experienced players not realize. Now, we all know that anytime we're casting an aura, we have to choose targets, and if something can't be the target of a spell or ability, that is not a legal target to choose. But the stack is the only zone where we're allowed to choose targets, so if something is entering directly onto the battlefield without using the stack, we don't choose target. But at the same time, auras can only exist on the battlefield attached to something, so if something puts it directly onto the battlefield, it enters attached to something without having to target. And because we're not targeting anything, we can attach it to things that can't be target of spells or abilities. Number 4, end of combat step. It seems that a lot of people don't realize that after the damage step, there's an end of combat step. This is when things that trigger at end of combat would go on the stack. But we are still in the combat step, so creatures are still considered attacking or blocking or unblocked or blocked. So you could do something like ninjutsuing something after the combat damage has happened, or a famous example is untapping your attacking creatures after they've dealt the combat damage. And number 5, summoning sickness and tapping creatures. Now we all know that things that have the tap symbol can't be used the turn that they are played, but that doesn't mean that they cannot be tapped at all. If Llanowar Elves entered the battlefield this turn, it cannot use its own ability to tap itself to add mana. But if we also had Supportive Parents enter the battlefield this turn as well, we can not only tap the Llanowar Elves to its ability, but Supportive Parents can also tap itself to its own ability. The cost of Supportive Parents is instructing you to take this action on those things, whereas the actual tap symbol is instructing the thing itself to tap itself. Basically, anything with the tap symbol can't be used the turn it comes into play, but anything that instructs you to tap something can be used.